real quick. You both stop real quick. Double check the steering wheel.
Donnie Kite's going to get through it all and score his first career win in the Saturday Night Racing League Cup Series. What a finish!
It's too little, too late from behind, and Sebastian Marin, your first repeat top split winner of the qualifying series.
We knew it was just a matter of time. Hunter Sr. is victorious.
Josh Adams taking the win at Iowa.
GC Spider Motorsports takes home the 1-2-3 finish.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to another presentation of the Mystic Racing League. It's KAYTEE IndyCar Series, this time from Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin, for Road America. Catching the coverage here on V-Speed, I'm your host, producer Morgan Cook, with camera provided by Dougie Beard. We are partway through qualifying right now. We'll get back to that qualifying action in just a second once we look at the track map here for Road America. 14 corners make up this 4-mile racetrack. Elevation, not a huge concern here other than on the front stretch and then down that long back straightaway as you head down the hill. Very interesting racetrack, ingrained in motorsports history, North American racing heritage. It all happens here in Road America. Let's get to qualifying already in progress. Qualifying laps, you can see on the left side of your screen, drivers who have taken time so far. A few drivers not able to get a lap in. Corey Colby, Devin Lyon, Jacob Cochran, and Ashton Crowder. Crowder still on the racetrack, attempting to put together a lap time. While we have a moment, why don't we speak with one of the drivers who seems to be done qualifying, and that would be the 88 of Jacob Cochran. Jacob, Morgan up in the booth, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, we're sitting here at the end of pit road. About 2 minutes left. Probably not enough time for a lap. Are we packed up for qualifying?
We are, yes, sir. We did not make it to registration in time, so we're going to be starting on pit road.
Understood. Understood. I believe lone IndyCar start for you this season, correct? Or have you started before in the series?
I have started
Texas?
on Texas and
Gotcha.
Iowa, I believe.
Okay, all right.
First
So,
road course.
first road course. What brought you out to Road America tonight?
Just kind of curiosity killed the cat. These kind of just been in a road course funk here recently, and figured I'd give it a shot. Kind of regretting that decision right now, but it'll be all right.
And one of the flying duck paint schemes will be hard to miss you here this evening. What's going to be your key to the race tonight to be able to, get the best finish that you can?
Keep all four wheels on it and stay out of the grass. That's what we're going to try to do, and just survive and see where we end up.
Well, there you go. Anything we should watch out for here tonight that you've seen on the racetrack so far?
Not that I know of. I mean, I'm a newbie as far as this goes, so I really don't know what I'm looking out for. We're just taking it as we go.
All right, love to hear it. Well, good luck the rest of the way, Jacob. Good luck in the race. We get to it here in about 30 seconds.
Thank you, sir.
Jacob Cochran in the 88 here tonight, making a rare road course appearance in the KAYTEE IndyCar Series. See how his race develops. In just a few moments, we will flip over to the grid and figure out where your favorite driver is going to start the race. Just like that. Crowd's on their feet. You can hear them. Let's get ready for a great race in Elkhart Lake. Here is what your starting grid's going to look like. On pole, Braden Hughes in the 54 with 7 Hawthorne starting in the second position. Hawthorne been very good on road courses this season. Starting in third, Christian Leonard alongside Chris Winstone in the 15. Fifth spot for Matthias Ezekiel Marcamini in the 77. Zachary King starts in 6th. 7th starting position belongs to Luke Barnes in the 04 with Ashton Crowder a last-minute appearance in 8th. 9th for Matthias Bernachez and 10th for Jonathan Gashari. 11th for race control, that would be, of course, Dylan Brumley here tonight. Reggie Kime will start in 12th. 13th for Steven Addison. Corey Kobe starts in the 14th spot, no time taken. 15th for Jacob Cochran in the 88. Devin Lyons will start 16th. That rounds out our 16-car field. Now, this is going to be a excruciatingly long pace lap, ladies and gentlemen, so let's find a driver or two to help us fill that time. First driver on my list would be Chris Winstone. See if we can get in touch with the 15. Hey, Chris, Morgan up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you. How's it going?
We are doing quite well. Qualifying P4. You're obviously doing pretty well here today. Also, what should we look out for this 15 ideal pest, Delara, I suppose, today?
Ooh, well, I mean, mostly first priority is just to survive. I think the strategy is going to be interesting. It looks like we got a lot of people starting out on the hard compound, so just kind of make it through that. I'll probably hit a double stint and then just keep it simple for myself so I can put on the softs and see what I can do. But I'm hoping I can hang on to a top 5, maybe even snag a podium here. So.
Well, there we go. Great qualifying effort. It's going to help you do that, of course. We don't see you around these parts a ton. What brings you out to Road America?
I just like road courses. I know we were talking in the drivers meeting how a lot of guys don't like them, but that's kind of, my bread and butter. I come from the GT3 side of things. So this is just kind of what I'm used to, though the car is very different. Obviously, all the aero, and I don't have the safety net of the ABS and that kind of thing. So, main concern is just don't lock up behind someone when all that aero gets dumped. So, but yeah, I really like road courses. This is a great track. it's just a lot of fun. So I'm really glad that they, Ideal Pest helped me or let me come out here and drive this one today.
All right, sounds good. Well, we got you up here. Who do you want to thank? Who do you want to shout out for your one of these rare appearances here in the KT IndyCar Series?
Thanks to Ideal Pest for giving me the opportunity to get in the car, and Zach for actually introducing me to this one in the first place. So Zach King, shout out to him as well. Just kind of getting me into it, and yeah.
All right, sounds good. Thanks for your time, Chris. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks, fellas. Have a good one.
Meatball Motorsports driver Chris Winstone starting in 4th. Still so many laps to run here under pacing. Let's see if we can chat with race control, that being Dylan Brumley. Dylan, Morgan up in the booth, you got a copy?
I got you.
All right, starting P11 in that Carvana 17. What can we look out for from this race control car here today?
It's probably going to end up in the wall, to be honest with you. We're going to skip the gravels. Just going straight to the wall.
All right, it's one of those kind of events for you, hey? You're not feeling the confidence maybe that you would on an oval?
Yeah. I didn't realize that I was using the primaries on practice and qualifying, so I'm a little bit more confident that I can hit a little bit of a faster lap. But we'll see how it goes.
What are the trouble spots in this racetrack for you?
The biggest thing is coming off of the carousel, coming onto that little back stretch there. It tends to want to snap loose every time I go through there, so we're just going to try to keep it steady. If I have to let off the gas a little bit to get through there, then I'll do that. But anything to get the car to the end, to be honest with you.
For sure. Well, we're approaching anyway the back part of this pace lap, so anyone you want to thank or shout out before we get to racing?
Let's just go ahead and shout out the league owner. He convinced me probably about 5 minutes before registration closed to register, so here we are.
There you go. Race control takes the racetrack. Dylan Brumley, good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Got one off in the dirt. I believe that was Devin Lyons. Yes, Devin Lyons in the Armco barrier. Not sure if we'll be able to get caught back up. Oh, already heavily damaged. Not the start to the race Devin was looking for. Into the final set of corners, I believe 12, 13, 14 is where we find ourselves. The Porsche pace car should be diving down this very long uphill pit road. And then we will get these things underway. Hughes, Hawthorne on the front row. Leonard and Winstone make up row number 2. Over the crest. Rolling into the start zone and on the gas, and we're racing in Road America. Field already fans out down into one. Hard braking zone down this long straightaway. We all seem to get through there just fine. Great start already. Top 3 single filed out. Back to Winstone, Marcamini. Bernachez single file now. Now the whole field single files out as we are weaving down this little back chute we have here, trying to get a little in those tires. Winstone already trying to take advantage of Leonard. Greg Race into the braking zone. One on the... Oh, there's a car off the racetrack already. I think that was Luke Barnes went for a little half slide on the backside of this group. You betcha. There is that orange car. Bernachez under fire. This is Leonard, who is falling back. This is the carousel section. Look at that, number 1 of this race. Hawthorne is out front. Hughes, Winstone, Marcamini are your top 4. Riding on with Bernachez, that would be 5th. Leonard in 6th position. Two-way battle. The two besties. say that jokingly, of course. King and Gasheri find themselves 7-8. Corey Kobe in the 9th spot. Then Brumley in 10th. Luke Barnes with Ashton Crowder in 12th. Addison, Cochran, and Kime, the last driver on the racetrack. I believe Kime had to start from pit road. So did Crowder, and so did Cochran, which of course has them well behind the field. But the driver starting to pull away, that would be Seven Hawthorne, who has been the king of the road in this series so far this season. Already a little over a second in front of the field. When the races have been clean by the 18, typically ending up in victory lane. Driver off the racetrack is Dylan Brumley. Race control may have found one of those walls he was talking about. Here we go. Looking at that black car. Potentially spooked by Luke Barnes. Not the case as we go over some trees. This is into turn 3. Oh, he caught the curve. Did he hit the wall? No. Good brakes on these cars. Steven Addison's got a problem. Just passing by the nearly beached Dylan Brumley machine. What happened to Addison? Cochran had a problem as well. A lot of drivers having issues here. Crowder, I think, was off the racetrack, potentially. Addison, not there. Oh, he just locked it up. Well, Crowder. Looking around Corey Kobe, might have missed the corner. No. Definitely had a issue on this lap, just may have happened already. Through the trees. Happened before that, so minor issue for the 44 regardless, still running top 10. Reggie Kime, I believe, is off the. I think he's off the racetrack, just not having the greatest of laps. But the 9 car, the goal every week on the road course is very simple: keep it on the racetrack, don't hit anything. Typically ends up with a solid top 7 or so finish. With that strategy, we'll see if it does the same thing here today. We always have jokes up here in the V-Speed booth. We do our best up here, Lillian, you know that. I do want to mention, there might be some confusion. When I say cameras by Dougie Beard, I don't mean Dougie Beard's controlling the cameras as Zachary King's off the racetrack. I am also controlling the cameras. Dougie Beard simply provides us the camera packs here at iRacing. Some of the best in the business. Oh, is there contact between the 51 and the 8? I think we got away from that clean. Let's go back. What went on here? Oh, Windstone's off the racetrack. Yeah, King just overcooked it into the gravel trap. Off the gearbox. Yeah, potentially contact. Might have been a little bit exaggerated. As Windstone's trying to pass Hughes. This would be for second. Contact. Around goes Windstone. Nice job spinning it the opposite way of the racing line to avoid any more carnage. The unfortunate part for the 50, he's got to fight all the way back. Was up in the top 3, now back to 7th position for the 15. 8th now. Behind Crowder, who is slowly but surely making his way forward. Biggest mover in the race so far be Matthias Bernsches, who is up half a dozen. That is 6. Biggest dropper so far would be King. Fell down 5 after his spin. I can almost assure you that will not be the last spin in the race, period. we will see more incidents and action, especially as these drivers start to wear out a little bit. Driver's still fresh at the moment. Marcamini trying to get around Bernachez. Drag race. Marcamini's got him. Great move for the 77 up to a podium position. Can just barely see Braden Hughes up in second. And not too far in front would be 7 Hawthorne. Again, king of the road this year. 18 has been hard to stop on these road courses. And I believe Hughes is a teammate, if I'm not mistaken. Not sure if that means anything. Probably not. But hard to say. It's dawning on me, we never talked about our race analysis. How preposterous. Let's go through it right now. 40 laps the race distance, as you probably noticed. We have pit road speed limiters, as we do in these cars all the time. 3 tire sets. This is where it starts to get a little bit juicy. 3 tire sets as Bernachez tries to take the spot back from Marcamini. Fuel, but around 10 laps, between 9 and 11 laps on fuel, meaning you're going to have to pit 3 times. Use those tire sets. You got them. Comp yellow at lap 20. We will be having a break to bring the field back together as we have the 47 a little bit wide, running the iRacing fixed setup as we have all season long. Sun comes out. Oh, it's driver off the racetrack. Leonard overcooked it just a touch. Probably like some, I imagine some barbecue around the racetrack when people are tailgating. I imagine some of those probably a little bit singed as well. Cochran on pit road probably had a reason for that. 88 down into, I believe this is 5. Bottom of the hill. Under the Corvette bridge. And he hit the grass, and he hit the barrier. Yeah, that hurt. Good thing we have fast repairs. We have a pair of them here tonight. I believe Christian Leonard may have exacerbated his issues. Maybe not. Should be back to running. Leonard is in the 5th spot. And Hughes has caught up to our leader. It is not over yet. Both these drivers on the hard compound. This is the primary tire, the white sidewall. A little bit slower on the short run, but has the tire life to last for the entire fuel run, more than likely. Zachary King had a problem. Oh, that car has seen better days. What happened? Oh, he's already hurt. A little further back. That car's still damaged. Eventually, that car's going to have a nose on it. There it is. Marcamini has just crashed. We'll catch up with him in a moment. This is the carousel section that Dylan Brumley was talking about. He caught the curb. Barely knocked the nose off. Such a slow speed incident. Do that much damage. Marcamini, I think, has left the session in the 77. Had enough. Racing with Bernachez. Luke Barnes with a meatball flag. So we'll catch up to him also. 77s, they went awry right around here. Where was it? Saw the 17 spin there earlier. That was not the location. A lot of incidents on this lap. Over the curb. Still cars driving fine. Looking for Marcamini. That green and black car had a problem. Enough to retire the car. Seems to be back in the race now. Okay. Driver is back in the race. That is good. Oh, there's a little slide. Okay, there's a spin for Marcamini. Oh, just a spin. Oh, my goodness, that was close. It's like just a spin for the 77. Now, Luke Barnes, this car to get towed to the pit lane. Still being towed, in fact. Oh, same thing that happened to King. A little bit loose. That car has hit the entire front end. Sitting on pit road right now. Leonard has just gone off. Replay button's getting a workout here. Leonard working on, that's the 47 of Bernachez. You already missing the nose, part of the nose cone? No, it's still there. Ah, there's the contact. And that knocked off the nose cone. There's the incident we were looking at. So pretty minor contact, but that's going to make that car drive horribly. Pitting this time, I'd imagine. Really? We're going to stay out on the racetrack. Okay. Oh, 7 Hawthorne just crashed from the lead. The leader's off. Hands the lead over to Braden Hughes. Unforced error for the 18. We talked about this earlier. When the 18 runs a clean race, typically finds themselves in victory lane. Not a clean race today. Oh, there's the Luke Barnes machine into 1. Oh, and he spun and clipped the leader. Oh, my goodness. So unexpected. Wow. Crazy. That car just went all the way around. That's going to give Hawthorne a 4-second advantage over Hawthorne. Hughes, sorry, a 4-second advantage over Hawthorne. I said that wrong the first time. Here's the closest battle on the racetrack. Oh, they're wrecking. Oh, my goodness. Ashton Crowder just went up in the air. And that car is destroyed. Yeah, that thing is all sorts upside down and completely discombobulated. Wow. Check this out. Hey kids, ever want to be an astronaut? Here's your chance. What a monstrous hit for the 44. We spun again. This car is so severely damaged. Gonna have trouble getting it back to pit road. You can see. I think he's got 3 corners of that car destroyed. Oh man. Windstone's on pit road. This is probably scheduled. Hughes still on track. Hawthorne trying to bite time out of what he gave up. Was 3.6 back. It's now 2.7, so Hawthorne is absolutely cruising at the moment. Driving angry. And he goes off the racetrack and gives all of it back and more. Bernachez hanging out in the 3rd position, I think on a bit of an island here with Christian Leonard. In 4th, Marcamini back to 5th after his little spin in the dirt. Jonathan Gasheri in 6th. Corey Kobe back to 7th. I should say up to 7th. Has gained 7 positions, the biggest mover of the day. Winstone after the pit stop is down to 8th with race control. Dylan Brumley in 9th. Stephen Addison rounds out your top 10. Reggie Kime in the 11th position with Ashton Crowder 12th on pit road. Now on pit road, trying to fix damage. Zachary King back on the track in 13th. He's still on the lead lap. Luke Barnes has, I believe, retired from the event. Jacob Cochran is still fixing damage on the 88. Big question for me, where is Hughes start-finish line and where is Zachary King? Just exiting 1. So, 10 laps for King to hold off the leader. See, there's King. Can we see the leader? Not quite in that frame. That's good news for the 51. Bernachez on pit road. Sorry, Markham, sorry, it is Bernachez on pit road, not Marcamini. 47. The good news, I suppose, for King is he has already made it stop. Everyone in front of him is going to have to pit. With the exception, of course, of Bernachez and Winstone, who have already made their pit stops. Already a quarter way through this one, going pretty quickly. Drivers, I think, starting to figure out how to get around this place. Brumley on pit road, 17. Braden Hughes is putting on a clinic here today. Right on board. I got that short issue for Corey Kobe. 86 has gone off. The gold car, as it has been all season long, the 86. Trying to let some drivers go by. That would be Bernachez and Winstone after their stops. So Kobe just being a gentleman and getting out of the way as leaders are on pit road. Hughes, Hawthorne making their pit stops. There is Hughes. There is Hawthorne. Christian Leonard's on pit road. Do we see Marcamini hit the pits? Yes. Gasheri's on pit road. Bernachez just pit. Although we don't have a record of what he did in the pits, so that's unfortunate. Winstone pit a lap ago. Should see Corey Kobe in this time. Yes. How about Steven Addison? Has a ways to go to get to that spot. Hughes has gone and away. Hawthorne's gone and away. Bernachez regains third. Winstone back up to fourth. Christian Leonard now on the way out. Should see the 77 and the 8 drop. There they go, 6th and 7th. Corey Kobe entering the pits. I apologize. Addison trying to get to pit road. Little off-track Baja excursion, getting past Reggie Kime in the process. That was 9th and 10th switching places. Ashton Crowder, last driver on the racetrack in 12th. Just pit, so can make it to the comp yellow. Kime and Addison just now getting to their pit stalls. We'll allow Zachary King on by after his issues earlier. Electing for no fast repair for King either, which is interesting. Closest battle on track, Bernachez and Winstone. This will be for position, as they're both on the same strategy. Both have already made their pit stops. This is for third position. Gap closing pretty substantially. It was up over a second, now down to 6/10. This Winstone car. A lot of speed down that front straight. Oh, off the racetrack goes Bernachez. That's going to be an easy pass for Winstone. There you go. Marcamini has retired again. I have to wonder if this is a connection problem or if this car is actually just retired for the day. Oh, it's a connection problem. This car's back. Oh my goodness. Disappeared for 20 seconds. Wow. All right, there you go. Look at the tire compounds as well. Alternate being the red, faster tires. Primary being the white, slower tires. See Hughes and Hawthorne as well as Sherry, your top 10 drivers on the alternates. Everyone else running primaries. Few drivers unknown because they're in the pits, and these two are way off the racetrack. Battle for third, getting intense. Bernachez and Winstone. Impressed they were able to hang on to it all the way off of the racing surface in the grass. Up the hill, should see a big run for Winstone with the draft. Closing in. To the outside. Alongside the braking zone, not going to be there on the exit. Crossover into 2 is possible. 3, I should say, is possible. Elects not to do it. Alongside once again. Down into this hard braking zone, down the hill. Off the racetrack. Yes, he did go off the racetrack. Bernachez pushed a little bit too hard into that corner. Going to give that spot all the way back to Winstone. With under 7 laps remaining to the comp yellow. Everyone has made a pit stop in this race. Only driver who is questionable to make it to that comp yellow is Zachary King. Now that I'm looking at the math, will be tight for the 51 to get there upside down on strategy. The comp yellow is a great time to get it reset, and if he's the first car 1 lap down, he would be able to get a wave around and be able to get back on the lead lap with everyone else. Currently, it's Steven Addison in 12th, the only driver a lap down who's still on the racetrack. We'll get that wave around, free pass. Jonathan Gasheri has had a bit of an issue. This car is well off the pace of what they were running before on the faster tires. Down the straightaway into the dirt. Yes. Just a little bit slow in the dirt. No biggie. Bernachez and Winstone still side by side under the Corvette bridge. Wheel to wheel, no contact. As Bernachez edges ahead again. And off the racetrack again. Going to give that spot right back to Winstone. In about the same spot he did before. Up front, Hughes. 6.5 plus up over Hawthorne, trying to put a lap on Reggie Kime. The Kime time number 9 is going to get out of the way. Now the first car 1 down will be Reggie Kime. Next victim on the list, Ashton Crowder, who is in the middle of 1 and 2. Say 1 and 3. Leader, just now hitting start-finish line. So quite a ways to go to catch up to the 44. Zachary King, Corey Kobe. This is the closest battle on the racetrack. In the 51, go make the pass on the 86. Remember, 51 not in a good place on fuel. Marcamini's had a problem Oh, that car heavily, heavily damaged. Is it through the final section of this racetrack? It seems that way. It's the last corner on the track. A little off track. Oh, he high-sided on the curb. Knocked the nose off. Make that car drive horribly for a while. Gasheri gets around him. Back to King and Kobe. This battle getting ever closer. King with the move to the inside. Side by side. Kobe going to give it up. Into turn 1. King moves up to 8th. Kobe down to 9th. Here just before the comp yellow. That's going to happen here in about 5 laps time. Marcamini trying to chase down Gasheri with that damaged nose. Oh, hit the bump. My goodness, that thing was up in the air. So this car is going to suffer heavily anytime you have to turn the steering wheel or hit the brake pedal. Or go on the throttle pedal for that matter. So Marcamini's going to have his work cut out for him. Crowder on pit road again. Put him a lap behind the leader. Oh, Marcamini. Wow. I don't know how that car didn't just crash. That should have been a big one for the 44. Bernachez again chasing down Winstone. We've seen it happen twice already. The 47 has made a pass on the 15 just to go off in the next corner. Do we get it a third time around? No question, 47 is quick today. Fastest lap in the race for those curious, 7 Hawthorne. With a 1:45.9. No one else has touched the 146 second bracket except Rashnick Crowder. Hughes and Bernachez as well as Winstone in the 147s. 4, 4, and 7 respectively. No time being made up here by the 47. Here's a look at those fast lap times of the day. There you see Hawthorne in second, well and above faster than the field, except for the 11th place car of Crowder. Fast lap for Hughes and Bernachez basically on top of each other. And all of a sudden, Bernachez is there. Got a great run in the final corner complex and is now pod to pod, wheel to wheel. Into one, will take that spot away and is able. It goes off the racetrack again on the exit, but holds on. Winstone to the outside through 2 into 3. Crossover on the way for the 15. Is there anything doing? Doesn't look like it. Time ahead. Lap car could be a pick. They're going to be door to door. Where does Kime go? This is going to determine who's going to get the spot for the moment. Into the braking zone, they're going to split the 9. How about that? You don't see that every day. Winstone is going to fall back. Bernachez can take that spot for the moment. We may have just had Corey Kobe crash. Reggie Kime giving up the time, of course. We saw Corey Kobe potentially go off. Quick look back at the 86 to see. If he did, it was minor, didn't damage the car, just off the racetrack. Looks good on the back part of the racetrack, should be all right for Kobe. He's all right. Back up to Bernachez and Winstone. Under under 3 laps until we throw the comp yellow, and Winstone's going to flip the stage. There you go. Bernachez will carry on. Does anyone else follow the 15? Leonard says no. Gasheri into the final few corners. Does Gasheri hit the pit lane? Try and leapfrog some drivers come the comp yellow. Up, he's up in the grass. He will not flip the stage. Does Marcamini think about it? No. Kobe? Long ways to figure it out still. Not even down the back straight. As Hughes already working through the Speedville delicious side. Barbecued sausages. Terrific. Oh, Marcamini has lost part of the nose of this car. Trying to chase down Winstone, who remember just got off pit road. Drivers have to use both compounds in this race. Most have already used both compounds if they're still running, meaning you must run at least 1 lap on the white walled tires, 1 lap on the red walled tires. I don't believe tire degradation is very large today, so drivers will be mostly using the reds, but the whites will give you an amount of time that you can run with them. If not mistaken, actually, going back to Marcamini, I believe this is still the same damage suffered before. He's just adapted and found his rhythm. As Bernachez is on pit road, Hughes still on track. Hawthorne 5 seconds behind. King in the middle of them. King is now the first car 1 lap down for making his pit stop, as we talked about earlier. Next car to go a lap down would be Corey Kobe. How close is the leader? Oh, not as close as I thought he was. Few corners ahead. Like now we're going to see the delicious sausage sign. There it is. Yep. So 12 seconds or so. Kobe down the backstretch. Hughes around the carousel. Pretty big gap to make up in just a lap as Gasheri is fighting with Bernachez and Winstone right behind him. Pretty interesting how 20 laps into this race we can find ourselves with 3 cars for position in the top 10. And none of the 3 willing to give an inch. Bernachez on the white tires, the other 2 on the reds. Remember, brand new stuff for Winstone, just off pit road. Gasheri 8 laps on the tires. Bernachez just came off pit road as well. So really you can factor out the 8-4 position. It's on the track right now, but on strategy will fall back, of course, with the pit stop. Drivers start to separate. Hawthorne's on pit road now. I'm surprised we didn't hear closing pit road 2 laps before the comp yellow. That is interesting to me. Not sure if that was a rule on other road courses, but obviously is not today, or if it is, drivers were unaware of it. Hawthorne currently in the pits. Hughes continues to lead. Excellent battle for 5th. Gasheri, Winstone. Just not quite enough pace in that car for the 8. Bernachez in 4th. Trying to keep in front of Winstone. First 2 drivers to hit the pits. Apologies, Hawthorne actually the first driver to pit. try and flip this comp yellow. So pretty safe to say, once this yellow flies here in a few moments, we'll see Hawthorne, Bernachez, and Winstone be your top three, because Sherry, I think, just went off the racetrack. So we can confirm that. Eight car. Caution is out. Get back to it in just a moment here. I believe the 8 has gone off. Had gone off. Yes. Just barely missed that tire barrier on the exit. All right, caution is out. Competition yellow has arrived, meaning drivers will have the ability to line back up and restart this race like we did 20 laps ago with the initial start. Drivers who just hit the pits, Hawthorne, Bernachez, Winstone, should cycle out to be your leaders. Hughes, Leonard, Gusheri, Marcamini, Kobe will line up behind them. I believe King will get the lucky dog. First car 1 lap down. That is the leader right in front of him. That'll put King back to the lead lap in 9th. Crowder might take a wave around. I'm not really sure. Kind of in a weird spot on strategy. He's about halfway through the run. Kime and Addison are going to have to pit here very shortly, so they will not be taking a wave around, I wouldn't think. Brumley, Barnes, Cochran, Lyons out of the race. Drivers still trying to chase down that pace car. Believe the leader has got it. Not yet. Pace car might just now be leaving pit road. '54 has been pretty good today. Led 13 of those 20, now 21 laps completed. 14, I should say, so 2/3 of them. Good start to this race. Going to put Corey Kobe a lap down while the 86 hit the pits. Christian Leonard surviving up to 2nd. Not sure why we're not catching up to the pace car here. Hawthorne now catching up to Leonard. Bernachez in the 4th spot. Winstone is 5th. Sherry, 6th position. Marcamini is 8th. Sorry, 7th. 777s there for Marcamini. Kobe is 8th. King is in the 9th spot. Crowder rounds out your top 10. Then it's Kime and Addison, the final cars running. I don't really know what Leonard's doing. Significantly behind the pack. We're 22 seconds and losing time to the leader Hughes, who is following the pace car. I am a little bit confused as to the logic the 2 is employing. See it from the big track. You can see it, we cannot. This track is so large they couldn't fit a full overhead shot of it. Hawthorne's decided to go around. Oh, the 2's probably out of fuel. I believe Christian Leonard is out of gas. This is about as far as you can stretch it, 11 laps on the run. That's probably the issue here for the 2. So that's going to give up all the track position. that he had gained. Because Hughes is able to pace behind the pace car, doesn't have to worry about burning extra fuel to catch up because he's the one they have to catch up to. This is very intriguing for Leonard because he cannot go any faster without running out of fuel. You don't want to tow. You still got half a lap to make it to the pits. As Hawthorne, I believe Hughes is out of fuel now. He is. Oh my goodness. Can he make it up the hill is my question. Remember, pit road has about the biggest hill you have on a course in the world. This car is going exceptionally slow, under 40 miles an hour. Can he make it up the hill? Led the most laps today. Oh my goodness, he is going so slow. I think he crested the hill, though. We'll be okay. He sped onto pit road. We'll have to take a hold. Leonard had to tow. He couldn't make it. Oh my goodness, this really changes the complexion of this race. The drivers 1, 2 at the yellow will now be under penalty effectively to start the next run. That changed everything. Hawthorne and Bernashez will be your top 2. Winstone looks like he'll inherit the 3rd spot. Marcamini will inherit 4th. Gasheri to 5th. King up to 6th, was just a lap down. Crowder was a lap down as well in 7th. Corey Kobe is 8th. Addison in 9th. Hughes under penalty in 10th. Leonard is 11th after towing, and Kime is 12th. Those last 4 I mentioned, Addison, Hughes, Leonard, Kime, all a lap down. While we continue to sort out the field, we'll take a quick step aside. You're not going to miss anything here on V-Speed. Be back in just a few.
Real quick, you both stop for real quick, double check the steering wheel.
Donnie Kite's going to get through it all and score his first career win in the Saturday Night Racing League Cup Series. What a finish!
It's too little, too late from behind, and Sebastian Marin, your first repeat top split winner of the qualifying series.
I knew it was just a matter of time. Hunter Sr. is victorious.
Josh Adams taking the win at Iowa. Juicy Spider Motorsports takes home the 1, 2, 3 finish.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Back here on V-Speed, I'm your host and producer Morgan Cook with cameras by Dougie Beard. 23 laps in to the 40 lapper here in Road America. One more lap of pacing here, getting word from race control. Zachary King will be your free pass car. The 44 of Ashton Crowder and the 86 of Corey Kobe will be your wave around cars. And the 54 will be penalized, as we saw. Who has actually already left the session. Braden Hughes has had enough. Braden Hughes has left. So leader of the most laps will not win this race. Well, I shouldn't say that. Leader of the most laps so far will not win this race. It's very possible that another driver could lead the most laps and win the race. That driver, betting odds at the moment, would be Seven Hawthorne, considering he's already led 9 of those laps, and we've only got, 15 to go. Pace lights out once again, but still a long pace lap here. This pace lap about 4 minutes in time. So chat, this brings me to you. I see who we're cheering for. What kind of snacks are we having right now while we're watching? Are we having some maybe Sargento cheese, perhaps? Maybe some barbecued sausages. We call them Smokies up here. I'm not sure what you guys call them wherever you are. Some brats, potentially, if you're from the Wisconsin area. What are we snacking on right now? Probably not a Corvette. That would be odd. But hey, that's your thing. If that's your thing, that's your thing. You drivers getting hungry for the victory here today. Hawthorne has been excellent all day, with the exception of the one slide that gave the lead to the 54 and never looked back. Bernashez and Winstone have been attached at the hip. Remember back earlier in the race. What do you mean it's too late to eat? Never too late for snacks. Back to Bernashez and Winstone. We saw the 47 catch the 15, pass, off track. 47 gets away. Sorry, 15 gets away. 47 catches back up, pass, off track. 15 gets away. We saw that 3 separate times. Now finally Bernashez will restart in front of Winstone. Marcamini's been pretty solid, had that front end damage basically the whole run, still able to maintain a top 5 at this point. Gasheri is in 5th. That's the last driver who is on, well, I should say King be the last driver on the normal strategy, I would say. Drivers who just pit, who are on the lead lap. Crowder is on a wave around. He's in a bit of an island right now, a bit of a weird spot. He's only got maybe a lap or 2 left on this run before he has to pit for fuel. And it's not going to put him in a window to make it the end on one stop. He's going to have to do a 2-stopper. It's going to be awkward. Sorry. He has to make, 2 more stops to make it to the end from here. Everyone else is on a 1-stopper. It's just an awkward situation for him. Leonard, who was up front because of running out of fuel, restarted 8th, last car on the lead lap. But regardless, we are underway. Hawthorne up the hill. Barney's got the flag in his hand. And away we go. Dive down into 1. Everyone makes it through cleanly for the moment. Marcamini a little bit wide, but that car's stuck. Through 3. Long straightaway ahead. Hawthorne trying to break the draft. Gasheri in 4th. Trying to both attack Winstone and defend Marcamini. A little bit wide. Marcamini has the edge up the Corvette bridge. Corvette Hill? Doesn't matter. King trying to work on Crowder. That would be for 6th. Remember, Crowder's going to have to pit here soon, so probably wouldn't spend too much time trying to get around. As Hawthorne, I believe, is just Hawthorne's just crashed. Along with Burnish as the top 2 off the racetrack. Crowder's in it as well. Oh, King's in it too. We're all wrecking. Oh my goodness. We just saw 4 drivers crash in a span of moments. Caution is out on the speedway. Caution is out. Wow. What on earth? One more time. Hawthorne spun on his own. Go back on the scene one more time here. So we're going to see Hawthorne spin unpressured right. It's the next corner. Apologies. I'm going to get a little ahead of myself. Yeah, just a little spin here right in front of Bernachez. So that in itself is unfortunate. But now they're too wide in front of Crowder. Crowder's got nowhere to go. King tries to go around the outside. There were just wrecked cars everywhere. Somehow Leonard made it through that unscathed. No idea how that happened. But King got caught up in it. Odds dragging on that car. Obviously, Bernachez and Hawthorne meatball flags. Their days have taken a big damper. Caution is out on the speedway. I want to see it from Leonard's point of view, however. Check this out. That's not a seas parting moment. I don't know what is. Wow. Now, the good news for all drivers actually still running, nobody has already used the second fast repair. So everyone who was in that accident still has the ability to continue in the race. Bernachez, this will be his first fast repair as that Hawthorne machine is adding more damages for funsies. Hawthorne still has not used a fast repair. King has not used a fast repair either. So they all can get repaired in a matter of moments. The hard part is getting back to the pit lane. That will prove the most difficult. The driver this really benefits is Ashton Crowder. Because remember, Crowder took a wave around specifically to get back on the lead lap, but had to pit in a lap or two. That caution happened on the opening lap, allowing Crowder to pit and still remain on the lead lap. Now he's just taking his time. Probably fuel map 8 right now, trying to save as much fuel as possible because he still is upside down on strategy. He will need to save at least 3, maybe 4 laps more than anyone has run all day to be able to make it to the end with just one more stop. Well, actually, I suppose now I'm going to take that back for a minute. Because he just pit with everyone else, everyone is now in a one stop to the end. So he's back on track with everybody else, so everything is great. There's no reason to try and stretch it because nobody can make it from here. He's the best on fuel at the moment. So Crowder went from on an island of despair, killing in a lawn chair in paradise. How quickly racing can change. And Winstone's your leader. Let's maybe have a chat with him. Hey, Chris, it's Morgan in the booth again. You got a copy?
How's it going? I got you guys.
Well, it's been a bit of an up and down race, I would say. You've had some great battles with the 47, and what the heck, you're the leader now. How'd that happen?
Well, I saw, going through a corner, I wasn't paying too much attention to who they were, but one guy went off, the 2 leaders battling in front of me, and when he came back in, he collected the other guy, and I was just screaming, all right, let's go get this win. And then I don't know if they collected. I'm guessing they collected a few more people.
Yeah, there were 2 more involved at least.
Okay, yeah. So that's unfortunate, but I think I'm okay. I've got a pretty good buffer. Those guys, I think definitely, at least Hawthorne is definitely faster. So we'll see if I can hang on to it. If they work their way through the pack real quick, then I could be in trouble. But I still got plenty of tires. I've used all my compounds. I'm going to have to stop, I think, once for fuel, but I got a chance. So I'm pretty excited about it.
Now, did you expect this level of racing when you got in here? And I'll let you interpret that question however you want. How have your thoughts, opinions of this race changed from when I talked to you before the grid to now?
Well, still about the same as far as I'm trying to hang out for a podium, but I think now I actually can set my sights a little bit higher than that. The wheel-to-wheel racing is fun. That one spin I had in the beginning, I think that one was on me. I had the inside. He gave me space. I just, not used to racing side by side in these cars yet. I got alongside someone else in that same corner, and that went a little bit better. So yeah, I'm kind of adapting. It's a little bit of on-the-job training, but I think I actually have a pretty good chance here.
All right, well, under the Corvette bridge you go. Anyone you want to shout out a second time here? Potentially the second of 3 should this keep up.
Woo! Well, same as before, Ideal Pest and Zach King, and then also, I don't know if my family's watching this one. I sent them the link, so if you guys are, hey guys, thanks. And yeah, just you guys for putting on a good show, and I'm excited to go back afterwards and watch. I always watch the broadcasts afterwards, so I'm excited for that.
Sounds good. Love to hear it. Good luck the rest of the way, Chris.
Thanks a lot. Have a good one.
You bet. That is Chris Winstone, current leader for Meatball Motorsports in the 15. Inherited the lead. Top 2 being Hawthorne and Bernachez, crashing into each other, collecting King and Crowder as well. That's going to move Gusheri up to 2nd. Mark Amini will inherit 3rd. Christian Leonard, probably the closest of the drivers collected who were not collected. He'll inherit 4th. Bernachez back to 5th after getting the car fixed. King is in 6th. Hawthorne is 7th. Crowder is 8th after pitting for a 2nd time. Time is 9th. Crowder, how about Addison, is 10th. Corey Kobe is 11th in that gold car. Hughes, Brumley, Barnes, Cochran, and Lyons are off the racetrack and out of the race. Through the final part of this racetrack, Porsche pace car will be bringing it back up the hill to pit lane and its perch at the end of pit road. Giving the field back to Chris Winstone. Pace car off the racetrack. Barney got the flag in hand, ready to wave the fabric and make the cars go, and we're racing again. Sherry's going to look for a move to the inside of Winstone. Aggressive move, and he makes it stick. Sherry, not a driver. Bernachez having a bit of a moment. He somehow makes it through the corner. Wow, that was close. Hit the grass under braking. That car wobbled all the way through the braking zone and the corner. Hit the apex and still was able to get gone off the exit. Is up at the front of the field. Winstone back across Gusheri. Here comes Leonard. Rocket move on Mark Amini behind them. Front 4 getting dicey. Right in front of Zachary King in 5th, who has now gotten in front of 7 Hawthorne. Oh, Winstone went for the move. He's going to end up losing a spot to Leonard. First to 3rd on the start. as Gasheri looking like the unlikely hero out of all this. Top 8, you can see in this pack, as well as others, are laps down. Field starting to break apart in front of King. I imagine we're going to see some sort of move here into one from Leonard. There's Hawthorne on King. Oh, King blocked him all the way to the pit wall. Hawthorne cannot be thrilled about that one. Winstone on Gasheri to the outside. Leonard got around Gasheri. Another block from Gasheri. Not playing nice in the sandbox. Winstone will have the inside line down into this section. Easily take the spot away. As Bernachez fights with Crowder. 47 again. Little off-road excursion. Winstone and Gasheri fight back again. He got back to the inside. This is allowing Leonard to just pull away. Winstone, I think, starting to get frustrated, maybe losing the cool a little bit. Knows he's faster than the 8, but just cannot clear him. Marcamini's off the race. Marcamini's destroyed with Bernachez. 2 of the fastest cars today are done. At least their chances of winning, I would say. Oh, Gasheri crashed as well. Caution's out. Caution is out. Marcamini, same spin as Hawthorne, right in front of Bernachez. And they both go hard into the wall. King is involved as well. Crowder, King, and Gasheri all crashed. What on earth? Oh my goodness. There it is. Like scenes out of a movie. Unbelievable. So Gasheri was the first one off of this carousel. A little short shoot. He just got loose. King crashed in the same spot, but in a different way. I am so very confused. Caution's out, by the way. What happened to King? Because I don't think he was affected by Gasheri. This race has been turned on its head. Yeah, just a separate incident in the same situation. And then Crowder, just nowhere to go, collected as well. Caution out for this incident. 3 cars missing a variety of wheels down the back straight. Still, this will not take any driver out of the race. Marcamini, this is again going to be the first faster pair used, but Bernachez the second, Crowder the second, Gasheri the first, and King the second. The problem is King is back to a lap down. Marcamini still driving this car somehow, but barely, with the rear wing dangling. Well, this changes everything again. Christian Leonard back to the point. Chris Winstone is in second. It looked like Leonard was going to drive away from this thing until the crashing happened. Winstone got away from the spinning 8 and the spinning 51. Hawthorne squeaked. Got away from the carnage on the backstretch. It looks like Addison will get the lap back. Unreal. This race has really been something. We've seen 2 cautions for cause in the last 10 laps. Of course, the comp yellow, not one of the ones I'm talking about. We saw the accident involving King, Crowder, Hawthorne, and Bernachez. This one now involving Marcamini, Bernachez, King, Gasheri, and Crowder. As we have 10 laps to go, we should see everybody on pit road here. This gets you to the end of this race on fuel. You better be pitting right now. There's really no reason to even think about it. And there we go. Leonard's on pit road. So is Winstone, Hawthorne, Marcamini, Kime, who's in 5th. Bernachez. Should see Crowder hit pit road soon. In fact, he already pit. Gasheri already pit. King already pit. Addison black flag for something. He will pit shortly. Kobe, only driver staying out. Trying to get back on the lead lap. A little bit dangerous. One more lap to the end of this, or to the end of this caution period. Hawthorne able to get out first. Marcamini is second. Leonard in the 3rd spot. Winstone 4th. Gasheri, Bernachez. Time. Crowder, who's just now hitting pit road. King, who is still on track, should be pitting here, I imagine, this time. Don't know where Addison is. He might or might not pit. I'm not sure. Might not have enough time to pit. And Kobe is definitely not going to have enough time to pit. Although he's lucky or a wave around, so probably won't be able to pit anyway. But while we set this thing up, let's take a quick step aside. Get back to it. We get closer to the end of this lap. Be back in just a few.
Donnie Kite's going to get through it all and score his first career win in the Saturday Night Racing League Cup Series. What a finish!
Too little, too late from behind, and Sebastian Marin, your first repeat top split winner of the qualifying series.
We knew it was just a matter of time. Hunter Sr. is victorious.
Josh Adams taking the win at Iowa. Juicy Spider Motorsports takes home the 1-2-3 finish.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Drivers about to feel the thrill here on V-Speed. Pace car off the final corner. Take that strategy we were talking about, put it in a box, tape it up, and put it in the attic, because we don't need it anymore. Hawthorne, Marcamini, Leonard, Winstone, and Bernashez, your top 5, and we're about to get this thing rolling. Over the hill, behind the flag, and here we go. 10 laps to go at Road America. Already fanning out multiple wide. Leonard with the aggressive move. He's not going to make it stick. Marcamini will hold on to second. Can anybody catch Hawthorne? Been the fast car today. Remember a few laps ago when I said that the car led the most laps might not win the race? Well, Hawthorne is working on leading his 11th lap of the day, or 12th, I should say. As Kime, I believe, having some issues. I thought he went off track, just letting some cars by. If Hawthorne can lead the rest of the laps, he will clinch most laps led today. Marcamini's yet to lead. Leonard has led a pair. Winstone's led 3. Bernashez is yet to lead. Gasheri's led 1. King hasn't led. Crowder hasn't led. Addison hasn't led. Kime's off the racetrack. He hasn't led either. And Kobe hasn't led. The lap leader today is really Braden Hughes. He's led 14 of them. Hawthorne out to a 6/10 of a second lead over Marcamini. Oh, big wiggle. That was for Bernashez at the top of the hill. Somehow kept that one from going around as Sherry is going to have a monster run. Don't look now. Crowder going to make a move on King. At the line, Crowder got him for 7th. Easily clear into turn number 1. Marcamini getting passed by Winstone. Winstone is the only driver in the top 3, in fact the top 5, on the red tires. He's got the faster rubber. Will they hold up for the entirety of the run? Can he put the laps together to go up there and get Leonard and Hawthorne, who of course will likely be working together as Bad Badger teammates? Storylines write themselves. Sherry trying to get 5th. Make it a Bad Badger 1-2-5 in this one. Bernashez as an independent, running well as well as Marcamini, I should say, also an independent in the 4th spot. Whole top 8 still pretty much in touch with each other. No one able to separate. No massive gaps on the racetrack either. Bernashez pushing the limits of his 47, however. One mistake is all it's going to take to lose a ton of positions. Hawthorne, we already saw that mistake once. He made a bobble when getting passed by the 54 earlier. 54 never looked back until the penalty, which had them leave the race. Corey Kobe just now on pit road. Remember the wave around. Crowder finding some late race speed. Try and make a move on Bernashez. No. MX Raps 51 gets passed by Gasheri. Crowder getting around Bernashez for a top 5. Up front, not missing anything. 8/10 separate Hawthorne and Leonard. This is 4th, 5th, and 6th. already claimed a number of cars today. Not that time. Marcamini holding this group up ever so slightly. Winstone has driven away by 1.5 seconds. Crowder all over the back bumper of Bernachez this time. You see the 44 make a move, gets blocked. Still has the opportunity. Down into 1. Bernachez off the racetrack. We see a lunge back from the 47. No, not close enough into 3. But how about Leonard? He got there. Hawthorne did not get through 1, 2, and 3 well. Now the battle for the lead is on. Drag race, near contact at the bottom of the hill. Wheel to wheel, they're going to push. Hawthorne off the racetrack. Leonard will take the spot away. Can Hawthorne fight back? Yes. Much more efficient through the corner. Now Leonard to the inside will take the lead back once more. Deep dive for the 18. He's going to get within half a car length. Inside of the carousel. Can't make it stick. Has to lift. Now it's carousel, short chute, and the kink, which has seen drivers have issues all day long. There are your top 6. Gasheri and King have fallen well off this battle. Bernachez looks for a move on Crowder. He's going to get to the inside. Pokes the nose. He's alongside and more. Still alongside. Near contact. Oh, I think there was contact. Somehow they make it through cleanly. Crowder going to have to regroup and fight again. Back up front, Leonard. Being chased down by Hawthorne. 5 more times around. 20 miles to go. Marcamini to the inside of Winstone. Did they get through the corner? Yes, they do. Bernachez really trying some alternate lines through turn 1. Oh, Winstone slipped. So did Marcamini. It's going to be a 4-car battle. It's not over yet. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your hats. It's about to get wild. 3-wide maneuver. Crowder looked for it. Door was slammed in his face. Everyone dives down into the corner. They make it stick. Winstone's going to lose 4 spots in 1 lap. Marcamini still the cork in the bottle here. Drivers cannot get around him, and he's holding them up significantly. 3.5 seconds. The gap between Hawthorne and Marcamini. 2nd and 3rd. Off the racetrack for the front 2. In this little battle, 3rd and 4th overall. Now we get Crowder to the inside. He peeked. He showed the nose. It was not accepted. Through the kink again. No harm, no foul up front. Leonard. Hawthorne continue to duke it out. Leonard's off the racetrack. Hawthorne has the momentum. He's got the advantage for the moment. Leonard defended beautifully. Did not allow Hawthorne an opportunity to get back. Draft again will be in Hawthorne's favor. You can see 3rd through 6th behind them. Do we see a lunge down into the first corner? I don't think he's close enough. No, he's not. We could see a little something here as Crowder gets around Bernachez again for 4th. What a spirited battle with 4 laps to go. Steven Addison has gone off the racetrack in the final corner. Kime gets around him, and he spins again into the wall as the battle for the lead rages on. Hawthorne trying everything in the bag of tricks to try and get Christian Leonard. Crowder now on the attack for Marcamini. Burnett just hasn't been able to get around. Neither is Winstone. Can Crowder crack the code? King has gotten around Gashari. That is for 7th. Well beyond that top 6 battle, about 6.5 seconds back of it. It's Gashari pushing exceptionally hard to catch up to the 51. Through the kink. This time they both make it. Remember that one accident that there was? Neither of those drivers made it through in their own unique ways. Crowder again to the rear wing of Marcamini. On the push to pass. He's got the run. Will it be enough by the time they get to turn 1? Will the block happen? Yes. Did not get enough momentum. Try the drive into 1. Marcamini gets off of 1 better through 2. No issues. Missed. Turn 3 a little bit even. Down the cheese straight, and we're going to have a battle at the bottom of the hill. Crowder had a look at it. He's still to the inside. He's going to squeeze by and take the spot away. Marcamini back to 4th. Now Crowder is thinking one thing, and it's go as fast as you can. There's a very hungry 47 car, just 2 spots back. And Marcamini wants to get this spot on the podium back as well as quickly as possible. Up front, quarter second separates your top 2. Hawthorne has rebounded. Oh, big run through the kink. He's going to get there to the rear bumper. Tire to tire. Down the back. Leonard overshot it. Same mistake he made a few laps ago. Leonard, oh my goodness, Hawthorne's in the grass. Crossover. Outside. Inside. Contact. They're sliding around. It's a drag race down the front stretch. 2 more times around. Crowder, he can see the leaders. Near contact. Where does Hawthorne go? He's so close to the rear wing of Leonard. He doesn't want to make contact. That'll end his race. He doesn't want to spin Leonard. That'll end his race in a different way. Crowder just over 3 seconds behind. Hawthorne tries outside. He's got the preferred group in the next corner. He goes way too wide. Off in the gravel. Leonard feeling the pressure. That white and red 18 all over the tailpipes. Burnish has pushed wide, lost a spot to Winstone. Here comes Hawthorne outside of the carousel. He is outside of him. He's right there. Not allowing Leonard to finish the corner. 18 bobbles and weaves into the grass. Tenth of a second separate the 2 down the back. Leonard defending like his life depends on it. His race certainly does. Wheel to wheel again. 1 corner plus 1 lap is the distance to the end here in Road America. 1 more time around. That time by Crowder gained a second. Four miles. Barney's waving the white flag, but none of the drivers are. Leonard continues to pace Hawthorne. Crowder is on a mission behind them. 1.7 is the gap. You can see that white car getting bigger. Here's a great passing opportunity. It's going to require a lunge, however. Do we see the lunges on the outside this time? Hawthorne alongside Leonard. He's going to get there. He's going to go through the grass. He's going to get the spot away. Leonard, another opportunity to dive. Near contact. Hawthorne around the outside is going to take the spot away. Unbelievable move. You don't see that every day. Now Leonard has got to get this one back. It's going to be in the carousel. He's running out of time. Where can this blacked out number 2 go? This is the furthest back he's been in some time. Can he get the time through the kink? He does. Gets the run down the back. Hawthorne blocking, weaving left to right. Outside move for Leonard. He way overshot. He's in the dirt. Crowder's going to get by. Marcamini's going to get by. And Hawthorne, all he has to do is finish the next 2 corners. And the king of the road reigns supreme. The KAYTEE IndyCar Series. Road courses belong to 7 Hawthorne. He's going to win in Road America. What a thriller. Incredible final lap between Hawthorne, Christian Leonard. The battle up to it with Crowder and Marcamini, Bernachez and Winstone. What a drive. Few drivers yet to finish. Waiting on Kime, Corey Kobe, and Steven Addison. Burn it down, 7 Hawthorne. You earned every bit of this one. Kime just crossed the finish line. Final section for Corey Kobe. One driver left is Steven Addison, who's just now down the backstretch. And we will catch up with our top 3, should they be willing to speak with us, here in just a moment. Ashton Crowder is waiting. Should see 7 Hawthorne here shortly, as well as Matthias Ezekiel Marcamini. Before that, let's go over our race results. 7 Hawthorne gets the job done in thrilling fashion. From second spot, he will win here tonight. Ashton Crowder finishes second. Marcamini in the 3rd position. Matthias Bernachez will finish in 4th. Christian Leonard, spirited effort, overshot the second to last corner, will finish in 5th. Winstone in 6th. Zachary King to the 7th spot. Gasheri in 8th. Reggie Kime solidly in 9th. Corey Kobe will round out your top 10. 11th for Steven Addison. 12th for Hughes, who led a lot of laps early. Courts did not get the job done here tonight. Race control. Dylan Brumley will finish 13th. Luke Barnes in 14th. Jacob Cochran completed a couple laps to finish 15th. Devin Lyons will finish 16th here tonight. Without further ado, let's chat with your race winner, 7 Hawthorne. Seven. Morgan up in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you loud and clear, Morgan.
Well, how do you do? What a spirited battle on the final lap. I don't think I've ever seen somebody go all 4 wheels off the ground in an IndyCar and make the pass stick. How many times did you think about that move in those final 5 or so laps? And, you know, what, I mean, I'm in awe. Tell me about it.
Yeah, want to give a shout out to Christian Leonard for racing me clean there. Very happy with that. It was an incredible battle, and I didn't think about that at all. I just knew I had to get around him somehow, and I knew he had a tire advantage, and I ran out of push to pass, so I did that with just boost and draft, and I knew I was going to have to make something happen, and I knew that if I got around the outside, I would have been able to pinch off his exit and try to put the power down. I just sit it around the outside and was just hoping it sticked, and it did. So to not only come back from all the incidents in this race, but to get a win in that fashion, that gets your heart racing. So very happy with this win.
I said at the top of the show, when the 18 has a clean race on a road course, end up in victory lane. This was far from it. You had issue after issue after issue, including that crash leading that caught up with a few other drivers. I think 4 were involved through that second yellow of the race, I suppose. How difficult is it for you knowing that your track record when things go well is excellent, but when things go poorly is not very good? How difficult is it for you to just say, I have enough speed in this car and me as a driver to get back? How do you do it?
Well, you just gotta be really patient here. And the objective at the end of the day never changed. It's just it got a bit harder, but the end goal was still go out here and win the race or get the best finish we could. And I knew that we definitely had the car to do it, and just had to really be patient. And just really glad I wasn't involved in that wreck in the kink. I believe. I mean, they wrecked them a lot down there, and I thought I was gone. I just went in the grass and was just hoping nothing touched the front wing, and we came out on the other end, and then we ran out of tire sets. So when we pitted, we just topped up on fuel and got the lead. And I knew it was going to be a crazy battle, especially having to save a bit of fuel there and also try to manage the gap without any push to pass. So yeah, it just shows how resilient this 18 team is. So word of the day, just never gave up and gave it our all, and we end up with another win back to back for the second time this season, and we extend that points lead.
So let's dive into that final battle, the last, whatever it was, 7 laps, basically everything since the restart with you and Leonard. You guys were able to both get around Windstone pretty quickly. Leonard was able to get a bit of an advantage. You chased them down. And then the two of you just fought tooth and nail. How much respect does it gain for somebody knowing that you raced for so many laps, no one drove over their head, no one made any crazy moves. You guys seemed like you were out of control, but no contact or very little nonetheless. How much respect does that gain for Christian, knowing you can race him like that in the future and not have one of you end up on your lids?
Well, it's a lot of more respect. Me and him, we've been racing each other for years, ever since the NASCAR Heat Leagues on PlayStation. So we've had countless battles like that before. It's just not broadcasted. So I knew it was going to be another one of those tonight. And he's one of those drivers where I can just trust that, no matter how much he wants to win, he's going to play fair and he's not going to wreck us for it. So knowing that, I knew that I could just send it around the outside. I knew that I wouldn't get ran off into the grass or into the wall. So yeah, just huge respect and very happy that we was able to come out on top on this battle, and really happy we was able to put on a show. Can't wait to go back and watch that, because there was a lot of moments in this race where we both should have been in the wall, and we came out the other end and kept fighting all the way into the checkered flag. So massive respect to him. I appreciate him for racing me clean, and yeah, we're gonna definitely celebrate this one tonight.
Yeah, terrific finish. I would say probably the best of the season on a road course. Indy 500 was a banger. The best finishes of the season, though, for sure. 7. Who do you want to thank? Who do you want to shout out for getting the win here on another road course this season?
Well, once again, I want to thank the car owner, Jonathan, paid for my entry, so wouldn't be putting on these crazy races if he didn't do that. So I thank him for that. Want to thank my family and friends for watching. I'll have to call and check on them because they might be on the floor after that finish. And I want to again thank Christian Leonard for just not wiping us out. I appreciate that a lot, and can't wait to do it again, come back, and hopefully at the end of the season, it's on one of the highlights if we host that championship trophy.
I certainly imagine that it would be. Thanks for your time, 7. Congratulations. Top step here in Sofa News Victory Lane.
Thank you, Morgan.
We'll move on to second place finisher. A bit of a surprise second place, I think. Ashton Crowder, you got a copy.
I do. What's up?
Well, this is not a position I expected to see you in, considering you weren't on registration that I could
Mhm.
see. You just appeared in the session. And this 44 car ran around near the middle of the pack for a lot of the race, just slowly, I think, kind of found your footing. And when the lights turned on, metaphorically, of course, it was the daytime the whole time, you end up near the top of the sheet. How much did you learn in this race? How much fun was this race for you?
Um, I mean, I learned well, actually, to be honest with you, I don't really think I learned too much. I had no idea what I was doing at the start and really didn't know at the end. I was just driving harder um, the last 8 laps than I was before that. Um, how fun though? Gonna sound really bad, but it wasn't that fun because I didn't know what I was doing. I was just more scared and confused than anything else. But as soon as I was able to battle on that last run, it was super fun. So the 30 laps before brought the average down, but if you look at those last 10, the fun was off the charts. So, um, yeah, that was cool. I mean, started from pit road. That probably was an advantage more than anything else, to be honest with you. Um, and then it's a long pace lap, and then it didn't seem like anything was gonna go right. I had a weird wreck in front of me. Well, I had somebody brake check my nose. Like they weren't intentionally brake checking, but it appeared that way because they got on the brakes just wildly hard, going like 60 miles per hour. So I hit them, lost the nose cone essentially. The whole thing was messed up. And then I was like 2 seconds off a lap and I was like, just get me to my pit stop and I'll get a new one. And then they decided to wreck in front of me, which was fine. Came back on the racetrack. We hit the catch fence. That was number one of two tonight that we hit the wall. And it all worked out. So I don't really know how it happened, but it did, and I'm thankful.
Let's talk about those last 10 laps you mentioned that really brought the fun meter up, had that meter pegged, so to speak.
Mhm.
You were battling with Marcamini, Bernachez, and Winstone. Three guys you probably haven't raced around a ton. How quickly are you able to find a rapport, if you will, with those competitors, knowing kind of where you can put the car, where you can't put the car to keep it in and out of danger?
Uh, I think the more faster guys that you mentioned, they were easy. Well, I mean, I really wasn't around them at all, to be fair. But just like seeing what they were doing, it all made sense. But some of the guys that I was around, like I had no idea what to really do. I mean, I passed a guy, which I think he ended up finishing third, maybe, and he doesn't have a mic, so I don't know if you're gonna be able to talk to him. But
He has declined
I
an
pat.
interview. Yeah.
Dang. Okay. Well, I'll take more of your time up then. I'm joking. But yeah. So, anyways, I passed him, and I was like, "Oh, cool. This is great." And then he just like turned it up to 30 for Stephen Curry, and man, like I don't even know what to think. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. I was just like, this is bananas. He's gonna wreck me and we're gonna flip. I'm gonna hit his tire and I'm gonna roll over him and it's gonna look like Herbie fully loaded. Um, but it didn't. And it was just hard racing and it was super clean the whole time. But I was like, this is ridiculous. I have no idea like how I ended up in this position. What do I do? How do I get out of it? And then it just all worked out. So that's not a product of him being crazy. That's a product of me having no idea how to race these cars, and just being scared for my life the entire time. Because as soon as anybody put pressure on me, like there was nothing I could do, and I was like, man, I am out of my element. So yeah. But everybody raced really respectful though. I thought that was cool. We had some situations where guys were just wrecked, and like, I mean, one of them, there's 2 guys in front of me. I don't know how they made contact or how it happened. I think maybe 7 could have been one of them, but
Those are the
either
two
way.
leaders. Yeah, going through the carousel.
Yeah. Well, they they crashed. They're side by side, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. But like they're kind of like out of the way, so I'm like, oh, I'll just go up the inside super slow and get by them. Well, then the guy like shoots down the racetrack, and if I don't go to the grass, thank goodness I have those athlete tier 1 D1 athlete reaction times, right? I had to swerve in that corner, go straight into the grass, and I'm like, whoa, this is really bad. And then poor old Zach, nowhere to go. But it seemed like they were missing their wheels, and like I said on the radio, they're kind of wobbling around. I'm like, this is insane. And then one time in the kink, I think Giachari wrecked hard. Well, he definitely wrecked hard. I don't know what happened, but then Zach wrecked even harder. And I'm like sitting here not processing it because I'm thinking I didn't know I could use the hybrid system. I thought that was just oval, right? So I'm like sitting here thinking about my hybrid system. I'm like, oh yeah, get through this little kink right here. It's gonna be good. And then bam, straight into the fence. Like wow. But that's the difference between this and NASCAR. You got to think a lot faster. So I think the next time we race at some sort of talent plentiful NASCAR track, I'm going to be 10 times better because I had to race here and be on the edge of control the entire time, even though I was slow, and just work it out and figure it out. And yeah, shout out Skip Barber. They keep showing up on the stream. But, yeah.
They sure do. Sargento, the
TireRack.com.
sausage sponsor as well. All sorts of food. TireRack.com's on here as well. Yeah, I've seen a lot of these repeat sponsors here, but
yeah, FlyGRB.com. Shout out. Shout out
Ashton, while we got you up here, who do you want to thank? Speaking of more sponsors, who do you want to thank? Who do you want to shout out for a second place here in Road America?
Yeah, for sure. Skip Barber, Sargento, Gravely, the one beside it that I can't read.
Motorplex.
Motorplex. Shout out to that. Huge shout out to Canadian Tire because we all play for Canada. My girlfriend, she's leaving France. Technically, well, for her definitely today because it's almost today for me as well. So everybody wish her a great flight. From France to actually I'm not gonna say because I don't want people tracking her flight. France is somewhere, and yeah, you for putting on the broadcast. It looks like you're all alone, so I know that was probably devastating. And then the league, Zach for helping me kind of figure out what was going on. I was supposed to like crew him, as you know, but I was like, screw it, man, we're racing because I to be honest, I didn't want to watch somebody not battling super hard the whole time because you don't really get that much on road courses. And shout out Mama King for saying safe travels to Ava, and welcome to Road America, America's National Park of Speed.
All right, that's Ashton Crowder, man of few words. We'll see you next time out here. Thanks for your time.
See you later.
And that will do it for our interviews. Matthias Ezekiel Marcamini, who finished third here tonight, declined an interview, as did Christian Leonard, half of that last lap battle with Seven Hawthorne for the win. I want to thank everyone. Sofa News Victory Lane as well. And that is going to do it for everyone here at the Mystic Racing League who makes this thing possible. All of the admins, including Brandon Willard, and Race Control, Dylan Brumley, among others. Jacob Cochran was in this race also, so was Reggie Kahn. I want to thank them for their continued dedication and support to making all of these races as good as they can be. I want to thank KAYTEE for sponsoring the IndyCar series. I want to thank all the drivers for showing up, putting on a great show, and everybody in my chat who's not yelling at each other, because we simply don't need that in the YouTube chat. So let's cut that out right now. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. But for everyone who makes this thing possible from Road America, I've been your host, producer Morgan Cook, here on V-Speed with cameras provided by the great Dougie Beard. Wish everybody a great evening. We'll catch you next time right here on V-Speed tomorrow. for the Mystic Racing League Downtown Auto Sales Truck Series. Not going to want to miss that one. See it right here tomorrow for some more Mystic Racing League action. Bye, everyone.